Hi loves, welcome to the channel Style by C. Today's tutorial will be on how to recreate this beautiful piece. Do subscribe to the channel, share to friends, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. See you in our next tutorial. So to make this flake gathered skirt, the first thing we need is one, the waist measurement, and we have 30.5. We need the full length of the skirt, and we have 26.5. All right, so now the waist, to get the radius of what you need, like the volume of what you need on your waist, you're going to multiply your waist by 3. You can decide to multiply it by 2.5, 2, depending on how full you want it to be. But for this story, I'm going to be multiplying by 3. And when I times my 30.5, I'm going to be having 91.5. All right, so now I'm going to add extra 2 to 3 inches. This is for my zip allowance. All right, so when I do that, I have 94.5. So this is the volume I'm going to be using, which is 94.5. So I'm going to cut out a fabric that is going to be 94.5 long, like in length. All right, and the depth is going to be 26.5 inches. Okay, so this is what we have here now. So from here now, I'm going to mark my 26.5. This 26.5. Please note that we're going to be adding a band to these skirts. So I'm going to put extra 1.5 inches. This 1.5 inches is for my hemming. So this is where my 23, which is going to make it 27.5 inches. And this is what we have. So we'll go ahead to cut this out. So this is for our skirts. Now the next thing to do is we're going to hem the bottom of our skirts. Go ahead and hem, like fold the bottom of your skirt. All right, if you want your band to be. So I'm going to be working with about 2 inches on a fold for my band. If you want it to be bigger, you can work with 3 inches on a fold. 2.5 to 3 inches is okay, depending on how bold you want your band to be. Using this needle and thread to gather this. Okay, so I'm going to leave about, from this end now, I'm going to leave about 1.5 inch or 1.25 inches for my zip. Then from that point, I'll start making little gathers. Okay, it's not going to be too big, so I'm going to use my needle and thread to make my gathers. So guys, the next thing we're going to be doing now is we're going to be joining our band. So this is our band. Okay, so what I did was to fold in one end of it this way, ironed it down, and this is what I have. Now I'm going to pick up this part. All right, the unfolded in the folded side of it. So from here now, I'm going to run a stitch on it to the other end of it. So at this point now, I've joined the first one, and this is what I have. Now I'm going to place it this way to cover it up. All right, so I'm going to be top stitching from the outside, that is from the right side of the fabric this way. So I'm going to top stitch inwards. Okay, so guys, the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be marking where my zip allowance is going to be. Alright, so first thing first is you're going to divide your waist measurement by 2. When I do that, I have 15.25 inches. Alright, now I'm going to remove 1 inch from this because this is a high waist. So when I do that, I'm going to be left with 14.25. And this is it here. So this is where my zip is going to be. Okay. So I'll go ahead and close up the down part of the skirt, which is from here, from the bottom. Sorry, let me measure what I have left here. So I have 2.25 inches. So the excess will cut them off. Now the length of the zip, okay, so I'm going to be using about 8 inches to 9 inches for my zip length. Or you can decide to use 10 inches because it's a high waist. So from here up is where my zip is going to be. Then I'll close down this area. I'll close up this area